There we go. First glitch of the day. Oh, what a shocker. Alright, Friday afternoon live stream. It's Mike from Australian Institute of Advanced Studies. Welcome. Today I've done a bit of a change to the system from last week because I had a Zoom meeting, Zoom conference for a event that was to be streamed here. There's my girlfriend's in the chat. Yay! Hey babe, I'm gonna pop you up. There you go. Awesome intro. Thank you. Yeah, so I had this Zoom conference planned that I had to live stream and do the vision and project it on a projector at an event. The restrictions here for COVID got lifted, and the CEO of that company then was coming up, so I didn't have to do the Zoom. So all the practice that I was doing in Zoom to get that ready and setting up the system for Zoom kind of wasn't a loss, because there are times when I have to use Zoom anyway, so I wasn't too worried about that. Then the whole event got canned, so yeah, so anyway, that was that. But I've learnt a few cool new tricks with this system, which I'm pretty happy about. I'm going to show you them. I was supposed to have, I keep checking my other monitor, I was supposed to have a Zoom guest, Sonny, but you've let me down. I did ask Nix, but he's busy doing payroll. And Punkaj is, I don't know what he's doing. He said he's going to try and get someone, so I might be able to go through that a little bit later on. But I will show you, I'm going to pop the ticker back on. Oops, where are we? Pop the ticker back on. Oh, you're not popping on. Another glitch to the show. Here we go. Because I'm sharing another monitor. So on the system, I'll just switch over to Cam 3. On the system, I've got this as a camera 1 now, which is its own shared monitor. I've got my overlay, which again is another shared monitor. This monitor is no longer paired up with that. I've kept that separate now. And this monitor up here is now shared with camera 1 here. And that is using another camera as a webcam, which was what I was going to do for Zoom. And I was just practicing in here, just mucking around. But I've found some pretty cool tricks that I can do with that. I'm going to show you one now. So I'll switch to camera 1, switch over to cam 1. Alright, so this is me through the webcam, which is a Canon 600D. As you can see down in the bottom right corner from me, facing the screen, and you, I guess, you can see I've put the time there. And I can also, if I just move over here, you'll see I can chuck these funky little, yeah, it's going to be a bit of a delay. That's the downside to it. It's going through USB, so I don't know how that audio sync is. Probably a bit out, but anyway. But yeah, this is pretty cool. I can add these different overlay effects and a foreground image. I think I've got that in here. Yep, I can pop that open as well. Yeah, so it's kind of opened up some windows for me to add extra overlays and graphics, which is really quite cool. Oh, I've got Beamo jumping everywhere on my multi-view, which is kind of funky. Yeah, and I was just playing around. I thought, oh, with a webcam, I had this Microsoft webcam, and it was pretty crap, to be honest. It was sort of changing the lighting conditions, yeah, changing the lighting conditions, going all over the shop, and it's just been a real pain. I went, oh, that's right. Previously I had run 600Ds on this system, running Magic Lantern and using them as cameras, which was pretty cool, but it did have this border, and I wasn't too happy with that, but I seem to have solved that problem with the bit of software that I'm using to make that a cam now. Yeah, it's a bit of a long story, but as you can see, it does some pretty cool stuff. Only within that one window. I can't use any of the H2R graphics within, oh, I can in the stream, but I can't in a Zoom conference. Okay, so I'm looking at it from the person who would be in the conference, not, is there anyone? No one's in Zoom. Not at their end, so they're not going to be able to see what you guys are seeing now through YouTube. They'll only see it if they stream YouTube. Yeah. So it's, you know, some of you guys might find that useful. The other thing I was going to talk about today was Big Blue Button. Now that's a open source Zoom basically. Now we did try to set a server up and run that, but we found that a lot of our systems are using certain ports that were going to clash with setting that up, so I can't show you that today, unfortunately. Oh well, I was going to show you that, and but again, I've been let down by Sunny. Thanks. Yeah, it's going to be a great show. Yeah. So anyway, that was that. It's all kind of gone a bit pear-shaped today. Not as it was planned, but yeah, everything's fallen over. So I will talk about instead today about this little bit of software that I use to put those little graphic overlays and to make my 600D a webcam. So I'll pop that up on this other screen that I have shared and show you that bit of software. So if I move over to one again, so here's this cam, and I'm going to pop the bit of software up, so I'll disappear. I've got no macros, I've got no Stream Deck set up for any of that, but I'm just going to move it up the old-fashioned way. Alright, so this is SparkoCam. This is the little bit of software that is running the 600D as a webcam. Now some of you may or may not have seen this before, so that you can see that I can set my device, set my exposure, set my shutter speed, and set my ISO. So it kind of uses the Canon EOS drivers through this software, which is pretty cool. You can also set up Nikon camera. You could use a webcam if you've got a decent webcam, videos, pictures, background, I don't know what they call that image, it's just the color, and play videos, things like that. So it's got a little video player and things. Mine is a registered copy of this, otherwise you get the SparkoCam logo as a watermark. But I am having some problems. I did have this on my other system in the office, because we used to do some live streams from there through Zoom and other platforms. And since I deactivated it on that system and set it up here, I've lost some of the features. So I've sent them an email to find out what's going on. I did try and uninstall and reinstall. I don't know, but there are these gimmicky kind of face accessories like your phone. If you use Messenger, you know, you put hat on and eyes, and you can distort your face and things like that, but they're all missing. So I did want to show you that. Again, everything's kind of gone pear-shaped, which kind of sucks, but anyway, that's, I should do it like that, that's a lot better. This anaglyph 3D thing's kind of cool. You'll see me go a bit funky there, and I can change the depth, kind of retro looking, but yeah, there's these gimmicky things which are a bit fun. It does have a pretty good keying green screen. I haven't got green screen set up, so I can't show you that. I hadn't planned for any of this, but yeah, since my Zoom guest left me out to dry, it's kind of filling in the gaps. I will do a much more in-depth review on this little piece of cam software if anyone's interested. down the track. It is quite cool, and someone might find it handy for something that they're doing in Zoom or another kind of application like that, where you can also add, if I do the text overlay, at the moment I've done that for the clock, okay, so, but you can actually scale this and make it quite large, and run it as like a ticker, like I've got now, which is why I've got the ticker up. I can get rid of that now, there's no need to have that. Yeah, so it's kind of cool like that. It's a very, very handy little piece of software, and these image overlays are here. I was playing around with more serious ones where I pop up one of our icons. I was playing around with chucking these things in. Some little thumb dudes who popped up just above the ticker. But yeah, like I say, someone may find this useful, this SparkoCam. The price is not that dear, I can't remember exactly. You can get a one that pays a price that pays for the software for that current version, or you can pay a little bit more. It's not a considerable amount more, and then have pretty much infinite updates, which is the one I got. So every time they do an update, this software is updated, and I've just realised there's a lot of stuff you can't see because I've got that and that on. So I'll turn those off, and it might make things a little better as well. Like I say, this is all kind of gone a bit pear-shaped today, unfortunately. So yeah, it's got some audio features as well. I don't use those. I'm using obviously the Atem. You can take pictures. Here's a picture I took earlier. So in the not in the device, sorry, in the effects, I think it was. No, it's here. Yeah, there's these different ones. They can do picture-in-picture and a few other little things. I added a picture-in-picture before. I think I did it here, where I added that. Yeah, added a logo. So again, you can use it as a logo, and I can shift these around, which is really cool. So, BMO sitting on top of my head if I wanted to. You can just dance up on there. Ooh, go BMO. Yeah, so you can have a bit of fun with that. Again, it may not suit everybody's needs, but someone might find it useful. It is a pretty cool little app. Again, the downside is the lag, with probably my audio coming through the Atem, because and the syncing issues there, because of the fact that it's going through USB. Probably could put my mic through, if it was a thing, I definitely could put my mic through the Atem, and could work out the sync in that, now that they've added that new feature into the Atem. So not much going on at the moment. Again, I can't do much of what I had planned because I've kind of been left high and dry. I'm just going to turn some of these off. Where's my... And I don't seem to have any control over this anymore. Over there, it doesn't really matter. I'm not going back to that camera. So, it's really gone pear-shaped. It really has. Not many people here, obviously. I can't really see at the moment. I'll have to pop up on this monitor. Last week was good. This week, not so good. Yeah. Anyway, that's what happens. The life of streaming, hey? And relying on other people. So, yeah, this was the Zoom meeting. I'm just going to pop that up there, and if I can, I don't know why. I do know why. That's my picture-in-picture. Okay, yep. picture in picture. That's why. Okay, so the effects get locked when the picture in picture's on, so I'm going to switch over to that. Alright, so as you can see, here it is in zoom. Now the problem with zoom is it pillar boxes. Okay, so that's these grey areas down each side, they're pillar boxes. Let me just switch some of these other things off, and the foreground image. And as you can see, this text overlay is not in the right spot. So if I pop open the ticker, which should cover that, which is kind of nice in the way I had it earlier, but anyway, I had it set up for full screen. So the SparkoCam has a full screen I guess little player. That's what I had before, which is under this, which is here on the Zoom meeting. So I've shared that monitor and made it a cam, which is kind of cool. And as you can see, I've covered up all the controls, which you can't see under here, of Zoom, which still gives me access to those controls on my monitor, because they're obviously not covered up on this other monitor. That's being put through my overlay monitor that I've set up, which is kind of cool. Yeah, I don't have a lot really to talk about today, now that everything's turned to crap. I do have a beer. I'm going to have a beer. It's an early beer today. Last week was a lot better. No one's sort of here, so it doesn't really matter. I guess everybody has really got it sorted, got their Stream Decks, got their Atems, and are probably playing with them instead of listening to me on a Friday afternoon, or they've decided to do something else. If anyone's out there, give us a hoy in the chat, that'd be great. It's a little bit lonely here today. It was a lot better last week. Oh, that's right, there's that audio delay. Yeah, so that was the Zoom window. Again, this could be useful for someone. If it is, and want me to do a bit more of an in-depth in how I set this up, certainly happy to do that. I'll keep this one a short one, so cheers and beers on a Friday afternoon. I've been here since 6 this morning. I did have a actual Zoom conference. I did do a little bit with a guy, Tommy Reynolds, from England, Kent, I do believe. I had a good chat with him this morning about setting up his Stream Deck companion software and his Atem, and getting it all working together and doing some of the things that I've been doing with mine. We had a great chat. Tommy's a top guy, so nice to meet you this morning, Tommy, for real, instead of just the chats. And that did help me out. All that mucking around with time differences and things like that we had did help me. As I said, it wasn't a great loss because I was planning for that CEO and to stream for that conference, but again, that all went pear-shaped. So everything kind of went pear-shaped today, but that's okay. I don't mind. It's Friday. The system's really working good. I'm loving it. I'm having a great time with it. The Stream Deck is absolutely awesome. I made that, as you would have seen, that little stinger video, which I'm going to play again just because it's cool. I have only just recently, not too long ago, gone over to DaVinci Resolve, so I thought I would knock up something to learn DaVinci Resolve a little better. I'd been using Premiere in all its forms since the late 90s, I think 4.2 or whatever it was. Yeah, I think it was 4.2 was where I started, and pretty much used it all the way through to last year, when it was driving me insane with all its crashes and goings on. Again, we upped our game a bit with 4K, really pushing our 4K stuff, and Premiere just sucked on our system. It was really bad because of the way our network is and the roaming profiles and the way that Adobe has that constant pinging back to them for your licensing, and yeah, we're having all kinds of problems with students and their logins and stuff like that, and we made the brave decision to ditch them and went completely to DaVinci Resolve. DaVinci Resolve's awesome. Not only has it saved us, like, I think it's saved us about 15 grand a year in licensing, which is huge, but it's a lot more stable, and I'm loving it. So anyway, that's why I knocked up that little stinger. Yeah, it's kind of cool. I'm going to play that every now and again. Well, actually not every now and again. I'm going to play that as my intro to the show and my outro to the show. So here we go. Play it again. Why not? No one's here, and I like seeing it. So here we go. And I'm back. All right, so yeah, it's working really well. Got that VLC thing really tuned in now, where I've put that on. I'll switch over to Cam 3, where I've put that on the little green monitor here. I've actually made that a monitor. I've made that a display on my system now. So I don't have probably as much green in my glasses this week. You know, it works. It's just difficult because I have had some trouble with VLC. I showed last week where you can actually pick the display for it to open up, but I'm kind of still having some issues with that. So yeah, I've actually made that little display in the multi-view there my main display. Okay, so the VLC will open on it. It's a little bit tricky when things open up there because you can't see it, but luckily I've got the big program. Whoop, let's do another. Got the big program up here, which is the 65-inch Kogan TV, so that's when my crappy eyes can't see what's on that little multi-view. I'll look up there and it does make it a bit better, and I can actually jump into OBS and switch over to program if I wanted to. Yeah, I've got a few things set up there in OBS where I can actually put the multi-view up on the big TV as well. But I have to jump up there. Why not? Let's do that. I'm all over the place today with this show, but I'm going to view my docs and my scenes. So in my scenes, let's go multi-view, and you can see it up there as well, and that helps me actually see in that little window. Oh yeah, 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 you can see it up there. Actually, again, I set that up so anyone who's way back in this room, this control room, can see it. Any of the other students can see what's going on. So when I'm sitting in front of the desk, or another student's sitting in front of the desk, other students don't have to crowd around the person driving the desk. They can stand way back if they want to, and see what's going on. Like I say, I can either switch it to the program up there, or put the multi-view up there, and the quality is not great, but it's good enough for the students to see what's happening. It's not too bad. There is again a bit of a delay because it's going through OBS. These are things we deal with streaming, you know. Yeah, I can't think. Oh, that's right. I was going to show you a mobile thing as well, which is kind of cool. It's the RTSP, which is a little app on my phone here. Now, I did test it out. It's not great. Again, this could be something that will work for someone. It's called RTSP Camera Server. It's an Android one. There are iPhone ones as well. I had a bit of problem. It's probably my phone, maybe, I'd imagine, not being able to process everything. This is a bit older. It's a Huawei P10. A newer phone. It may be the phone, maybe the network. Well, it shouldn't be the network. Our network's pretty fast. But yes, I can with this little app. You will have seen in the thumb, it's called RTSP. Actually, I'll pop out of there and show it to you if you can see it. Come on, auto. Yep, RTSP camera server. There we go. That little app, other side. That little app there, green one. And I've opened it up. And what that does, sets my phone up as a little, come on, there we go, little server. And I can, hey, you can see me, I can stream through it into VLC. So I need to pop open VLC now. This is where things get a little tricky for me. Now if I change over to overlay, which is cam 4, you should be able to see that. All right. Now up in the tools, oh no, not in the tools. Oh, I can't see it. Oh, that's right, I need to go in here. This is where this tiny monitor becomes a problem. Stream, okay. Yeah, this is going to be a problem. I can't, actually I know what I'll do. I'm going to drag this out of here. Let's cancel that. Let's go view. I should have just pressed F11. I'm going to drag that. Oh, I'm going to drag that over to another monitor where we can see it a bit, where I can see it a bit better. Again, my eyes aren't great. Let's drag it over to that monitor there, camera 1. All right. My keys back on. Let's go back to 2. Okay, so I'll come in media because I really need to see this. I can't see it. It was terrible up there. Come into my network and type in a URL. So on the app, it'll give you the URL. So I'll just type that in. The thing is, both of these need to be on the same network. Okay. I've talked to Noel, our network guru here, and he said yes, if we worked on it we could probably do it externally and just tunnel into our system. 880 playlist, I think it was, and M3U. Alright, so I want to stream. I want to just go next. This is how easy it is. I just want to display it locally and next, and the MP4, MP3, sorry, MP4 H.264. So we've got MP3 audio, H.264 encoded MP4s next, and just start the stream. And now, hopefully, it should. Yeah, there we go. It's coming up. Oh, it's a bit crappy because it's a bit slow. And my audio is probably a bit bad. Yeah, come on. Okay. Oh yeah, there we go. Alright, so I'm going here. I don't know if you can hear. Do I need to put on, let's put on cam 1's audio, see if you can hear me. I don't know. Can I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to go for a wander with this. Again, you see it's all choppy and horrible. I don't know, I haven't worked that out yet. But again, it may be useful for some of you. And we're going to stop that. Alright, that didn't work. And that's another thing that just turned to shit today, so yeah, anyway, whatever. That's one of those days. Yeah, that didn't work either. Yay, I'm none for none. Yay, I've got this pretty cool looking montage on my screen though. Yeah, connection failed. Anyway, yep, whatever. That's all gone pear-shaped. There you go. That was the other thing that has turned to shit. So I'm going to call this a day. I'm definitely calling this a day. None of this has worked out for me. A little bit. The SparkoCam stuff, that's all worked out well for me. I was pretty happy with that. Jump back into the SparkoCam. Let's ditch. I'm going to ditch Zoom and the meeting for all. Bogey is all. Don't worry about Zoom. Switch over to Cam 1. Let's go back over to Cam 1. This is a bit of fun apart from the audio delay. Anyway, I'm gonna put let's put B mode back in. Let's switch that one off. Let's move that one back over and up here. And let's go back into our ticker. Should be about the right spot, I'm hoping. There's my ticker. Yay! Move BMO up a bit now. Hey BMO. Oh, you can scale them as well, so make them small, make them bigger. I'll make BMO a bit tiny. He's only a little fella anyway. Bunch of BMO. And SpongeBob freaking out in the corner. So, that's right, I'm on this cam. There you go. That's SparkoCam, crappy RTSP app that, I don't know, it was working really well the other day. A couple of little glitches, but yeah, it was working really well. Anyway, that's it. I'm calling it a day. I'm going to go buy a bottle of wine, go home, watch some football. Like I say, it's been a big day. I've been here early. And yeah. See you all later. Actually, I'm going to go to Cam 2. Let's go to Cam 2. Say goodbye. Alright, so yeah, that's it. This one was a complete fail, but hey, you win some, you lose some. Yeah, hit me up in the comments if any of this is of interest, and I'll do a proper one. I'll sort these glitches out. I don't think I'll worry about that app. It's just not stable enough, so I'll keep looking for an app that's going to stream. I think it's the problem's going through VLC. It's a problem. I'll probably look at a Chromecast or something like that in future and see what I can do there, just for some kind of mobile thing. Or, well, what we really want to do is get a system where we can take the cameras off sticks and off HDMI leads and actually go full walkabout, so we're looking into that as well. That's coming down the track. So that's it. I'm ending the show. Thanks for coming. I'll catch you next week, next Friday. Hopefully it'll be a bit better. See ya.